Everybody contributes to food loss and every stages of the supply chain. In the production itself, for fruits and vegetables, at least there's 30 to 50% is lost. For rice, we lose about 28%. As the food or the produce moves to the retail, there's also issues of packaging and labeling and transportation. You know, sometimes we just loses boxes of tomatoes or whatever because they're just squished. We also lose food because of bad communication between demand and supplies. On one hand, the farmers are already producing so much, but then the market is not there. Or even companies may have produced a lot of products, but somehow it's not being sold. Sometimes they produced it, but it doesn't reach a certain standard of quality. So, you know, it gets thrown away as well.
Hello everyone, welcome to Appreciating Food Leftovers training program. In this program, we will introduce and teaching you the proper management of handling food leftovers. We really hope that this training program will benefit you in any way. First thing first, this training program will be divided into two categories in which one, packaging process, and two, the logistic process that involving the transportation and distribution center actions. So, packaging process. In order to ensure the quality and safety of the food leftovers, the packaging during storage plays an important role. To ensure the safety and best quality of food leftovers, there are several requirements you need to pay attention to. First, only use packaging material that is fit the intended purposes. For example, if the food leftovers are cooked food, it is better to use materials such as plastic container with lids. Next, it is good to refrigerate cooked meals within 2 hours. Never use materials that most likely to cause contamination. Other than that, food can also be kept using airtight materials such as resealable bags, glass jars, or wrapping plastic. Not only that, for food leftovers such as vegetables and fruits, it is better to use the resealable packaging and keep it freezing. By this way, the shelf life of the foods can be extended.
That means freezing flat, like this. Now let me show you how to do it. You use a freezer bag because regular zipper lock bags are air permeable. Take the bag and flip the lip over just like this so that it stands up nicely and you don't get the lip gunky. And then transfer your food directly to it.
And make sure you wash your hands after handling raw meat.
Now you want to take your bag and get the meat down into the bottom corner closest to the zipper end, and then zip it up almost, but not quite all the way. You want to leave about that much open. Now put it back down on your board and push the air out, starting at that corner and working towards the open end. Once you get to that very top corner and pretty much all of the air is out, seal the bag up. Now spread the meat out until we've got a nice, even layer. Label it, and we're ready for the freezer. Flip the lid upside down. I'm just gonna pour my soup in, and that lip is gonna help it keep its shape. Now I can close it up, seal it almost all the way, leaving just that last little bit over. Starting from the bottom right corner again, I'm gonna start pushing the air out of the bag. And just as that last bit of air gets pushed out and the bag's about to leak, I seal it up. The great thing about this method is that it makes for good organization as well. All of your freezer contents stack for easy visual access. And where's that soup again? Ooh, that was easy.
Next is the logistic process. First thing first, let's see the logistic process in terms of transportation. To extend the shelf life of food leftovers, once collected, the food leftovers need to be loaded into specialized shipping containers with cold temperature, or if it is from housing area, ice pack or insulated bag can be used. Throughout the journey of transportation, leftover foods need to be remain in the temperature controlled transportation so that the food will remain cold and fresh. Next, in order to reduce the number of food leftovers throughout the whole world, you can establish the food leftovers distribution centers. This distribution center can be one of the initiatives you can take with collaboration of the government or any NGOs and volunteers to show some care and love toward others. The objectives are to ensure the retail industry does not wasting good and safe foods, Malaysians does not practice food wastage, and food leftover management can run more systematically. Through this initiative, almost 2 million of Malaysians can receive the benefits, especially the one that in need. How you can run this distribution center? This center need to take actions and be responsible to collect all the food leftovers from food industries and household. Then, quality checking of the food need to be done, followed by the proper packaging process and distribution of the foods to people who are in need of foods and in hunger. Such as in Malaysia, we have zakat recipients, those registered with the social welfare and e-kasih program as a donations. As a payback to the food industries and households that have been contributing in nation's sustainable growth and prosperity by joining the donation project, government shall give them advantages such as claiming the tax benefits and pay less for trash pickup services as they have been keeping the wasted food out of garbage. Other than these two training programs, there are some other activities that can be done in order to reduce the numbers of food leftover wastage. The very important thing that can be done is that by educating from home. Each and every people of the nation need to practice the reduction of excess food from home. This action shall be taken seriously, especially by the parents in educating their children. As an initiative, you as parents can teach children to only buy groceries just needed and cook foods just enough. Other than that, practice to cook a use-it-up meal every week using what's already in the kitchen, including the leftovers. Teaching children that the bread end and crust still need to be eaten and nothing wrong of eating it. Other than that, the use of machine that can help in extending the shelf life of foods and free from any microorganisms contamination by the food industries should be made as a necessity by the government. Next, you from the food industries can form a training session of handling the food leftovers to community, especially in the housing area, so that everyone can know more on how to handle the food leftovers, and thus the food leftovers can be reused and be donated safely to people who are in need. Next, let's see what the effectiveness of this training program that you can gain. Effectiveness of this training program is to give awareness to people in food industries and households on the proper management of food leftovers. The effectiveness of the activities and training programs that have been held is more food leftover can be saved from being dumped to a landfill every day. Other than that, the suggested training activities can help in ensuring all the food leftovers collected by volunteer, individual, government companies, and non-government NGO organizations are distributed to the right recipients. On the other hand, this training will also give benefits to government as it can help in saving money on processing the disposal of waste, food expenses to in-need people, as well as give benefit to almost 500 recipients annually. The biggest impact of the training program and activities suggested that can be seen is during this COVID-19 pandemic season and flooding season in Kelantan, Terengganu, and Esantara when people are in need of food supplies. That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this Appreciating Leftover Foods training program. We hope that you gain some benefits throughout this program. See you later. Bye!